was his fetish all along.
And really, who's the loser in that situation?
Oh, there's stuff to do.
Hey, do the thing.
There's a thing.
That's not the thing, though.
It's a thing.
It's not the thing. It says the thing on the screen.
Reading is not what I'm here to do. I'm not signed up for reading. Reading's for nerds. Come on, Ginyu. Whoops. Oh. Stop it. I am not going to reflect your attack. I'm just going to beat you up.
Hey, Louis, you should reflect his attack.
No.
Just do it.
No. I'm not some conformist poser loser guy. I do my own thing. I do what I want to do. What's where Vegeta still talks to himself in the third person?
Don't disappoint Vegeta. Vegeta will be okay with you.
They just had the episode of Super recently where Trunks does the Final Flash, and it's still weird.
What do you mean?
It's Vegeta's move. Why is Trunks doing it?
Because, I don't know, Vegeta's Trunks' dad.
Yeah, but that's like copying. He should do like his own cool. He has his own cool moves he should be doing.
Okay, well then, you know, the Goku family should probably just pick their own moves.
They should, but no. He shouldn't be copying the Goku family technique of just copying the dad.
It's really hard creating new moves, Louis.
Is that level 27?
Yes.
Oh. Well, we'll see if this is a thing.
But he's also kind of a pushover. He's been a pushover the entire time.
Are you ready?
Come on, Gohan.
See you.
Okay, now I'm finally starting to hear about just say I see you instead of the are forever burned into my head. Shit. Bye, Boo. That was.
Told you.
Bye, Boo. I saw a big number and I got scared. Victory.
Yep.
Pop.
Okay, that's the boss.
Let's go, Captain Ginyu!
This should be a great fight.
Watch out for Evil Yamcha. He's the real threat here.
He's the strong.
He is the strong.
The strong one. He is unbeatable.
I wonder if there's like a cutscene that we get eventually where if you have your team match their team exactly, like if they all say something, that'd be kind of interesting.
I'm sure that would have ended up already out there. If that were the case. What if Evil Yamcha's like actually the strongest thing in the universe?
That reminds me of the time broken Yamcha they have in Xenoverse 2, where he does get super strong.
The super villain Yamcha.
I've got this.
Punch you in the face. In the face.
Okay,
Yamcha.
no, he's the strongest thing in the universe, but he has no defense. Like,
He's basically a glass cannon.
He is the glass cannon. But he's like hyper aggressive and can evade really well.
Fucking Ultra Instinct Yamcha.
Yeah, except one hit will take him out. And it doesn't even have to be like a good hit. It could just be a tap on his chin.
I want to know what's going to happen that'll eventually let us to do the full animation of that attack.
Not be in story mode.
Have you seen the cinematic version of that with Broly?
No, I haven't yet, no.
It's kind of neat. Be kind of cool if, like, even though they didn't get like story cutscenes, if they put Broly and Bardock as acquirable, gettable fighters in this, since they're out now.
Yeah, but then they'd have to write lines and scenario pieces for him, like...
Well, they already added extra dialogue for them in custom intros with other characters.
That's different, though.
How is that different?
It's, you know, something you can add in that you don't have to add to the story. Because to have them in the story, you have to add them in
No,
the
I
scenario.
like they're not like cutscenes or anything. They're just like playable people you can recruit. Like, they don't have like special intro. They don't have like little cutscene things at the start of the fight. They're just in the game.
Yeah, but pretty much every character we've gotten so far has had some involvement in the story in one way or another.
Yeah, because they were included in the base game. I just think it'd be cool if they just put them like on some map. There's a chance that they pop up, you go and fight them, and now they're on your team. It seems a little bit of a waste. Bark. No, Piccolo, stop it.
Green bad dad.
Or green good dad.
So you know how they have those shirts that like just get posted on YouTube that are in flash sale, or not on YouTube, but on like Facebook that are just like in flash sales where
Yeah.
buy them now, limited quantity, limited time.
Yeah.
Because copyright infringement. I saw one that was pretty that made me kind of chuckle, where it's like the good, the bad, and then Namekian, and it's Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. And I was like, that should really say the good dad didn't have Vegeta, the bad dad didn't have Goku, and the green dad.
Mm-hmm. My three dads. Ooh, what's happening here? Oh, the Ginyu Force!
They're all being turned into delicious confectionaries.
That's not quite as bad as I thought it was. I was like, oh no, they're being eliminated, or they're being like eradicated. Oh no, she's just making them tasty desserts.
Again, who loses in this one?
I mean, they do. Unless they're into it, like Nappa was, obviously.
Like, either way, Android 21. Something innuendo.
Not bad, but not good either. I'd probably give it a solid 40.
Out of
40 out of what?
Like, what's your
It's a
scale?
long
Show the
ways
math.
from Cell, though.
Hold on. You made Cell into a bonbon. That explains your dramatic increase in power.
I just really like hearing Frieza say the word bonbon.
That boy deserved it. The perfect organism, or like perfect pinhead.
Aw,
Frieza throwing mad shame.
He did try his best after all.
Are we gonna play as Frieza now?
Sadly,
Mhm.
no amount of effort can
Probably.
make him understand that he was weak.
Hello, Boop Shot.
Speaking of which, you're not that special yourself.
God, there's some crazy mods that people have for this on the
You
PC
can
version
actually
already.
crack a joke.
That
I
are
see your programming does extend
some are cool
beyond
and some are like,
picking
God,
up.
you guys like to not beat around the bush. Like someone like put like a super boob mod for 21,
Of course
and
they
it makes
did.
her bust side like 3 times. I'm like, that's just silly.
Of course they did.
It's just silly.
It's the internet. It's a moddable PC version, of course.
Good. Now that we have that cleared up, I think I'd like to eat you now.
Time to fight, huh?
One moment, scratch that. No. Your jokes are horrible. You'll just have to workshop them in hell.
Okay.
See, Frieza appreciates good comedy.
Workshop your jokes in hell. Come on, Frieza.
Here's a joke.
You have,
Frieza trying to fight Android 21.
you have better lines than
It's a
that.
letdown.
Nani? Orewa
Omae wa mo
shinderu.
Shinderu.
Nani? No! I guess we're not gonna play. All right. What'd you turn him into? Oh. Kind of the worst part is the chewing. Like she's like actually chewing them. That's brutal, man.
Clones can't beat the real deal. Go organic. So fresh and flavorful. This
Yeah.
is the best I've had yet. I'm
Put a
going
little
to give it
advertisement for full
Out of
organic
what?
food.
80 out of what?
Yeah, you're not giving us your scale here, 21.
believe
80 out of
it's
21.
time to check
What?
in on Goku
That doesn't
first.
work.
That doesn't make sense.
Is it 80%? Is it on a scale of 1 to 100? Is it...
Wow. It appears they managed to wake up Vegeta.
Vegeta.
And I see they're rounding up their friends to try and beat me. I was hoping to scarf them down while they couldn't move, but this way works too. After all,
She likes it when
it's
they don't
much
move.
better when it is served fresh.
You just lay there. She'll do her thing. And
She'll do all the work.
Taste them. Patience now. Patience.
Out of
They've
context.
already waited this long. They need to get stronger, and then the feasting can begin. Power writhing and
21, who you talking to?
the perfect seasoning for the
She's
perfect
monologuing.
meal.
Who you talking to?
Monologue, man. You know how that goes.
Scary.
Supervillains have to monologue.
But they have to monologue to somebody. There has to be someone
They
there
can
for the
monologue to themselves.
That just makes them more crazy.
You're not wrong.
Who are you talking to?
Oh,
I got a link event.
there's a link event for Goku.
Start.
Okay, beat up all the guys on the game board. Go.
That's not where it is.
Dragon Ball Z, the board game. Square.
Link events. There we go. Oh, that's Vegeta. Goku.
Phase 2.
Finish one clone and another one pops up.
Goku's arms are kind of freakishly huge.
I do always
Not like Chris Redfield huge, but still.
Is it?
At
Is
the
this
improper
are we,
angle? It's like, goddamn, Goku.
Are we talking like? Because one of the things that I liked about Super when they did the redesigns is they slimmed Goku down.
A bit, yeah.
There's no doubt. Without you,
His new design in the movie looks really good.
there'd be no
Yeah.
way to clear out these baddies. Keep up the good work.
Goku, I'm not paying attention to what you're saying, just so
Huh?
you know.
Oh no, I'm just talking about fighting.
Just talking about fighting. Wait, did you just... What? Just talking about fighting. Shut your mouth. Alright, so now I'm way over here. We got a Tien, we got a Nappa, Krillin. So here's our boss.
There's a bunch of tutorial stages. Watch out, Louie. They're gonna tell you to do stuff.
No, I must avoid them at all costs. Or ignore them at all costs. Alright, so let's see, I could... What plan of attack should I do here?
Probably be
Up.
easiest to go
Go around, down,
yeah, top to left and then go
down.
bottom to right, I guess, and then double back.
Too much thinking, on to fighting. Time for fighting.
It'd be kind of funny if you'd be like ding 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 and just line out all your points,
That'd be cool.
and then you just fight the guys as you come to them.
I'm sure as Goku would say, there's not enough fighting, or too much thinking, not enough fighting. Go.
No, he'll almost fail the exam.
That was Vegeta's idea.
It's all or nothing.
And then Boo does fail because he falls asleep during it.
That's all you got?
Change.
See you.
Bye, Nappa.
Nappa.
I'm a little sad they don't have like little things they say when their clones come in.
Yeah. The problem with the clones is they're just like, I don't know, the kind of clone that not mustache twist evil,
Uh-huh.
but they're like the they're like the putties of this game. They're not very interesting, you know.
Well, it's the kind of the loose justification for
Why you must fight.
why we're fighting the same models over and over and over and over again. Go, volcano explosion!
Toasty. Little roast meat pops out the other hand, but it has like Cell's hat on it.
Delicious. It's a problem that some fighting games have when they try to do a story mode, like to justify doing fights over and over and over again. Like, do we have them like they're actually fighting the same person, or should we do something else? Like, hey, let's just make them like they're evil clones.
You could Blaze Blue it, and it could be just a fucking time loop over and over and over again.
Anybody's guess.
Well, that's like plot stuff with BlazBlue. It's all about time travel,
Yeah.
time loops.
Until the end of the second game.
If you want to see some crazy shit, you should look up the some of the story stuff that he did in like old Guilty Gear games.
Oh, I know about that. I know about that a
Where
lot.
some of those fights are literally time loops, and you can't break the loop unless you finish the fight in a certain way.
Because it's the same thing for Blaze Blue. At least Blaze Blue was a little more direct about it because there weren't so many branching paths.
Well, BlazBlue is like it's the story it's all about there. But I remember like in BlazBlue there being fights where like literally the fight just keeps repeating forever until you fucking insta kill the other fighter.
It doesn't repeat forever, but like
No,
it's
there-
an ending path. So
There were certain. I think it was one of the Axl Rose fights that he gets stuck in a time loop with someone. And
Yeah.
Unless you insta kill, the
Yeah.
fight will never stop.
yeah, Axl Rose is time loop the character.
I thought that was the last one, but no, we still have Nappa.
Still have Nappa. Nappa is here. It's okay, for Nappa is here.
want Nappa to be fucking like Great Saiyan Man now.
Would that just make Nappa like All Might, but bad?
No.
Like evil All
Hell
Might?
no. I don't know, there was a thing in was it 1 or 2 in Xenoverse where there's a time thing that get messed up and Nappa does become a member of the Ginyu Force. Might be 2.
I've played the fuck out of 2, and I don't remember seeing that. I think...
It was one of the story missions, I don't remember.
Is it one of the expanded story missions for, like, the time loop shit that you do?
No. Maybe it was 1.
Might have been 1, because that doesn't ring a bell for 2.
Captain Ginyu!
Because I cheesed out the story mode of 1. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. And then 2 is a lot deeper.
I swear it was in one of them. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was 2 because 2 is the one I played more recently.
Oh boy, so I've looked up a bunch of the, you want to talk about mods for a Dragon Ball game?
Oh, for Xenoverse 2? Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Have you seen the Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Instinct mod?
Mm-hmm. Actually, some of those mods get pretty creative.
For
like
female models? Yeah.
It turns Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 4 into like a single transformation.
Yep.
Skill that you can get.
Like there were mods for like a Super Saiyan Blue transformation before they actually put it in the game, and it actually had a Super Saiyan God preset mode or pre-transformation before he got to Blue. Like there's like mods for the
There's hair mods. You can actually do that where you have 2 separate hairstyles.
Oh, yeah.
One for untransformed and one for transformed.
which I wish they'd actually put in the base game because that in Dragon Ball Online, it pretty much, not all, but a bunch of the art assets that they used for Xenoverse were pulled straight from Dragon Ball Online. But then there's just like quality of life, but just changes that people wish were in the game. Like they finally put in an accessory that gave Saiyans a tail, and people said well, just give us an option for tail and character creation, so maybe we'll get that in 3.
Should they do a 3?
Huh?
Should they do a 3?
Yeah. I would be surprised because there's still plenty of stuff to do, and the game still sold super well. But they finally put in a tail, but it's just like a static thing that just
there's
sits
a
there.
mod that actually makes
and there's a mod that makes
fluid.
it move. Yeah.
I gotta hand it. I mean, I'm sure if I looked outside of what can be put on YouTube for mods, you'd find less scrupulous mods on the for that game. But
I got more stuff I can do.
Go let them talk at you more.
Talk at me, Vegeta. Tell me how great I am.
Vegeta-sama.
I'm sure he'll give me plenty of words of encouragement now. Yeah, that's Vegeta, all right.
Mm-hmm. You're weak. I am strong. Blah blah blah. Pride.
Prince of all Saiyans. Blah blah blah.
If it's strength you want, you damn better well earn it.
Okay, Vegeta.
To me is an advantage in itself, but it's also a privilege. If you're going to use my body, don't bumble around the battlefield like some buffoon.
Okay, Vegeta. I'll just shoot the fireballs from across the screen like you do.
Yep.
And speaking the third person like you do as well.
I'll get real mad and throw all the fireballs at you.
All of the fireballs.
All of them.
Gohan.
You would think this is Street Fighter 2 with how many fireballs I'm throwing from across the screen.
Even Street Fighter 2 is jealous of all the fireballs we throw.
There with the ability to link into other people's bodies?
I don't know,
Or are
Gohan.
you like special?
All right, you don't need to multiverse theory this going on.
Come to think of it, it might be better that way. More than one person being able to link into other bodies could be bad.
Super bad.
If everyone was linking when they wanted, the world would be thrown into panic. If there's even a chance of that happening.
Hey,
Don't worry, Gohan. We won't link with anybody else. Just you.
Hey Gohan, you're a character in a video game.
Gohan doesn't want Senpai to link with anybody else but him.
He's like one realization from breaking the fourth wall and Deadpooling it and finding out he's in a video game.
What? I'm a video game? Yes. Let's go fight Evil Krillin. Lots of evil Nappas this time.
Yeah, but I really think like for Xenoverse, I think Bandai Namco, because I think Dimps is the one that does Xenoverse.
The developers?
Yeah, because I know Bandai Namco's the publisher. I think Dimps is the
I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head.
is the developer on that one. But like, really, is that something that like I like other like especially Blizzard will do? You know, they'll look at mods that people put in WoW
Yeah.
as like.
And then put them in the game.
Yeah, they're like, okay, is this something that if everyone's using it, it might as well just be in the game?
Well, it's hopefully especially after the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ, they'll go back and take a couple things to the drawing board. Because Xenoverse, of course, doesn't look bad. In my opinion, doesn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. But compared to this, it could
No, it's
definitely
aged. It is aged.
it could use some upgrades.
The only downside there is like that would mean they may have to redo all those models from scratch. With them being pulled straight from Dragon. Not to say that they didn't have to upscale them or touch them up for.
Well, no, a bunch of like when they did Xenoverse 2, a bunch of stuff was just imported assets from Xenoverse 1.
Right.
And then they did add extra stuff, but like we should get at least another race for 3. Like give us like Kais or androids or something, because when they did Dragon Ball Fusion and there's character creation in that too, you can be a Kai and a devil, I think, as well. So put one of those in Xenoverse. Fucking give Frieza's race a name. Don't call it Frieza's race. Like we talked about before, like the hair thing with Super Saiyan transformations. Give like a base hair form, but then a Super Saiyan form. Don't just change the color of the hair, because it looks silly in some situations.
Like, because then you just choose spiky if you're male. I don't know about female, because I don't.
There's some spiky ones there, but it's similar. Like if you play like a female that's like a softer, like a down hair style, then they transform. It just changes the color. It loses some of the flair, some of the appeal of the transformation in the first place.
Do a 10-hit combo.
No, I'm not going to do a head-to combo. I'm just going to do this stuff and break it just enough so the combo doesn't reach 10.
You should use a super move, and that'll be a 10-hit.
Oh, no.
But it won't really be a combo because it's one move.
Bye, Tien. And your goddamn volleyball fist. It's time for Super Vegetas. Oh, that's not good.
Hey, look it, you did a 10-hit combo. Yay, Louie.
I messed up. I wanted to do a big bang attack, and I pressed the wrong button.
Now, do a 20-hit.
Oh,
Finish him with the final flash, Louie. You know you want to.
no.
Because Cell's coming up, and you're going to be like,
Oh, God.
soon all you'll be feeling is extreme pain.
I'm so conflicted now. What do I do?
Oh, you were one hit away, Louie. You almost had it.
Oh, I'm doing what the game wants me to do. I'm turning into a conformist.
You want to finish Cell with a final flash. You know you want to.
God damn it. No, I don't. No, I couldn't stop myself. No, I completed the objective. What's wrong with me? Bye,
And then Cell's
Cell.
still standing there.
Like half his arm.
Half of his upper body's gone.
I don't know if I told you not, but since of course they put Bardock and Broly in this, and they have new dramatic finishes. So of course, if you're Frieza and you beat Bardock, there's the finish where he does the fireball
The
thing.
death ball in it.
And there's a reverse of that too. If you're Bardock and you beat Frieza,
Nice. Of course there would be.
let's go punch Yamcha first. And then Broly has 2. He has one with Gohan, but I think you have to have Goku on your team and finish. And then they do the father-son or the son family Kamehameha from the movie. And then there's one where if you're Goku and you beat Broly, it's like the punch from the first Broly movie. So it's always cool to add extra stuff like that.
Are you ready?
And then they'll have extra dialogue to give all the characters, like when Broly and Bardock are meeting people. Like he says something weird, like Bardock says something weird, like if you're Bardock and you have an intro with Goku Black, he says something with like, "Are you really Kakarot?" or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. And he kind of freaks out if you're Bardock, and then he meets Frieza.
Of course he would.
Frieza! Bardock's going insane.
You hear him muffled in the back.
Yeah. You must save Vegeta, my son, the planet, or me. Yes! Oh, Krillin. Stop doing cool moves.
Stop being tricksy.
Not what you're here for.
Tricksy little hobbit.
Go hand. What was that with the big reveal? Like Krillin takes off his shoes one time. We see his big hairy feet. It turns
He's
out
actually a hobbit.
He's actually a hobbit.
Kung Fu Hobbit. I'm down.
Myself.
I want someone to mod in because Kyle Herbert is Gohan's
Voice actor. Yep.
He needs a Ryu costume.
Gohan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if just by coincidence he has a white colored gi option somewhere in the game.
I would just be like, that should be a mod. Like if that's not a mod,
It should be.
Yeah.
You must harness the power of the internet to make that a reality, Logan. I swear if you just post that somewhere as a suggestion, someone will have that mod done before the week is done.
It's literally just like the Street Fighter V
Yeah.
headband on Gohan.
Like when you win the fight, like Gohan's like whatever he says, like the
answer
subtitle
lies in the heart of battle.
The subtitle says, yeah, but he actually just says the answer lies in the heart of battle.
And you could just literally take the sound clip because it's the same voice actor.
Yeah, it's the same guy. And they don't sound that different. I mean, it's the character voice. Fly, Cell! Gohan! Versus Gohan!
Mirror match. Face yourself.
Face yourself. Stop jumping over my attacks.
Stop evading me. Shit. He sees you.
Well, that counts as a smackback too. Nice.
So, when does Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle come out here?
June, if I remember correctly. It's gonna be kind of funny because supposedly that game is going to have full English voice acting. So characters that have never had an English voice before are going to get an English voice now. So that'll be interesting to see.
Like all the
characters from Under Night in Birth, and then a handful of characters from Blaze Blue that never got English dub actors.
Yeah, you can already hear a few of them looking up. Like I heard Waldstein's voice. He's the big Grandpa Claw guy.
Oh, really? You've heard his voice?
Mm-hmm. It's what you'd expect it to be. Big, growly, deep voice.